This story is about those people who want to live their life peacefully and with respect in this world. Once upon a time, there was a snake, a king cobra who lived in a hole under a banyan tree. All people in the village were afraid of the cobra. Many villagers fell victim to him. He was dangerous and used to bite anyone who passed by the tree where he lived. The boys used to go to the field with their cows. Through the field where stood that banyan tree. The boys were always scared in case the king cobra attacked them. While returning back home in the evening, they hurried back. They were always careful to keep themselves out of the cobra's way. One evening, when the sun was setting from the west, a monk wearing saffron clothes arrived in the village. The boys at that time were returning back home with their cows. They saw the monk going to the temple. The next morning, when the boys were taking their cows to the field, the monk came along and walked with them. The boys greeted the monk. The monk returned their greetings and walked alongside the boys. When they reached the corner of the field where the cobra stayed, the monk asked, "Boys, I need a peaceful place to sit and meditate. I am going and sitting under that banyan tree." The boys got terrified and told the monk, "Oh wise one, please do not go there. A very dangerous king cobra stays under that tree." The monk smiled and said, "Let him stay. I'll not disturb him." The boys were even more alarmed. They said, "No, the snake is dangerous. He bites and many of our villagers have died because of his bites." The monk smiled and with a peaceful tone said, "He will not do me any harm." The boy said, "How do you know? He is always angry. Please don't go." The monk said, "I know some mantras. Once I say those mantras, the snake on hearing the mantras will become quiet and gentle. Don't worry." Saying this, the monk went for the tree and the boys took their cows for grazing in the field. The monk went and sat under the banyan tree. The moment he was getting ready to start meditation, the king cobra came out of the hole hissing. The king cobra was furious to see the monk sit under the tree. He raised his hood and started hissing. He was ready to bite the monk. The monk stood still. His face was calm and had a peaceful smile on his lips. As the snake came near the monk to bite him, the monk recited a mantra. Immediately, the king cobra lowered his head, fell on the ground, and laid there as an earthworm. The monk said, "I'll sit under this tree and meditate. Do not disturb me." The king cobra said, "Okay, sure, I'll not disturb you." The monk started chanting hymns and mantras. He was reciting mantra after mantra in a rich musical tone. Hours went by, and when the monk opened his eyes, he was surprised. The monk opened his eyes, and with great surprise he observed that the snake was still lying on the ground in front of him. The monk asked, "What happened? Did you not go to your hole?" Snake replied, "No." The monk said, "The young boys here were saying that your bite is very poisonous. When you bite, people die. Don't you know that?" The snake said, "Yes, I know they die." The monk said, "Then don't you think that it is unfair?" King Cobra replied, "I try to get rid of my bad temper, but somehow I cannot control it." The monk said, "If someone wishes something from hurt, he will definitely get it. It seems you do not try hard to achieve your goal." The snake replied, "I want to be good. Teach me how to be good. I'll promise I will work hard to achieve it." The monk said, "I'll tell you a holy word. Keep repeating the holy word over and over again. Do it every day and you will learn to love and be good." The next day the monk left that place for another unknown destination. Before leaving, he told the snake, "Do not forget the holy word. Keep repeating the word every day and do not harm anyone. I am leaving today but will see you after 1 year." While leaving the village, the monk met the boys on the way. They could not believe their eyes. The monk said, "Don't worry, the snake will never bite anyone in the future." The boys did not believe in the beginning. As days went by, the villagers observed the king cobra has transformed. He no longer bit anyone. As the days went by, slowly, the fear about the king cobra also faded away. As the boys went to the field with their cows for grazing, they used to throw stones at the snake. The cobra no longer took offense. Even when the stones hit him, he ignored and kept muttering something. After a few days, the boys and villagers became more aggressive. They hit the stones in such a way that they hit the head of the snake and back also and made him bleed. One day the boys hit him on his head in such a way that he started bleeding profusely. Then the boys took him by his tail, swung him round and round over the head and threw him in the bushes. The boys were excited about the achievement. They laughed and cheered each other, thinking that the cobra was dead. After a year, the monk returned to the village. He again met the boys while walking through the muddy lanes. The boys greeted the monk and informed him that the cobra is dead. The monk got shocked, but he didn't believe it. He had given a holy word to that snake, and that holy word is bound to reap the fruit. So the monk went near the banyan tree and called the snake. After calling for some time, the snake slowly came out of his hole. The monk said, "How are you?" The king cobra bowed to the monk and said, "I am well, but it does not seem so. You look so thin," replied the monk. "I no longer kill birds, rats and frogs. I do not harm anyone, only feed on fruits and leaves," said the cobra. "But you look so ill. What happened to you?" On uttering the holy word, the snake had become so pure that he forgot all his incidences. He forgot how he was tortured by the cowboys. After repeated attempts, he recalled the incidences and mentioned the same to the monk. The monk said, "How foolish you are. I told you not to harm anyone. But did I ever told you from hissing at anyone? You will have to protect yourself. And for that you will have to hiss to frighten bad people. Don't bite but hiss to protect yourself." The snake replied, "Now I understand. I will never make this mistake. Certainly, if I hiss at the boys to frighten them, they will definitely run away." From that day onwards, while that snake continued to repeat the holy words, he also raised his hood and hissed at anyone who tried to harm him. In real life also, we should always retaliate to the bad people, not in a way to harm them, but to calm them. We have to just react up to an optimum level. Because if we do not retaliate, the people will take us for granted, like those boys who took that snake for granted. So we have to have courage to defend ourselves from those bad peoples, but in a peaceful manner, so that we can live peacefully in this deceitful world. Be an intelligent person, react to the situations accordingly. This is Inside Motivation. Thanks for watching.